Hear me out. I'm not saying that Reven isn't powerful or cool. I'm just saying that his legend has outgrown his actual feats, especially compared to other Sith who get less worship, but arguably match or surpass him. Reven benefits from his mystique. He's from the Old Republic era, a time thousands of years before the Skywalker saga, which lets fans project almost anything onto him. Most of his story comes from legends, incomplete records, and RPGs, where player choices can exaggerate his power. That means people remember Reven, the unstoppable warrior who beat armies, but in truth, a lot of his feats are contextually inflated by game mechanics or storytelling vagueness. His victories often hinge on charisma and strategy, not raw might. There are others that simply outclass him in power and physicality. Malgus is a walking tank, bred in the fires of nonstop war, physically monstrous, utterly brutal, and unflinching. He thrives in the chaos of combat and has no hesitation. Reven, by contrast, is cerebral and restrained, a strategist who thinks first in a straight duel. Malgus's relentlessness, ferocity, and brute power could overwhelm him. Vader at his peak channels the dark side through raw emotion like no one else. Even limited by his cybernetics, he's a force singularity. His telekinetic feats, durability, and precision combat training under Sidious make him arguably a higher tier duelist and force wielder. Reven is versatile, but not unmatched. Vader is the embodiment of the dark side's destructive will. Reven's claim to fame, mastering both light and dark sides, is often treated as proof of superiority. But in practice, that split focus can dilute his identity as either a Sith or a Jedi, where figures like Sidious, Malgus, and Vader fully embody their philosophy. Reven is constantly divided philosophically and emotionally. He's balanced, sure, but balance isn't always dominance. Sometimes it's hesitation. That's a weakness in a universe where conviction defines victory. Reven was a brilliant general, the Republic's hero turned conqueror, but strategy doesn't always translate into individual combat supremacy. His genius lies in leadership, planning, and ideology, not raw force power. Comparing him to Vader or Malgus, both pure warriors, is like comparing Thrawn to Sidious in a duel. Strategy wins wars, not necessarily fights. Reven hits all the fan service notes. Masked anti-hero, tragic backstory, light and dark mastery, mysterious legend. He's customizable, especially since fans literally played as him in Knights of the Old Republic. That personal connection makes him larger than life, but not necessarily the most powerful. His fame is as much about how he makes fans feel as what he actually accomplished. Reven is a symbol, not the ultimate warrior. He's compelling because he's complex, not because he's unbeatable. When you line him up against focused physicality, dominant or fully actualized Sith like Malgus or Vader or Sidious, his mystique starts to crumble. In short, Reven is the legend everyone loves, but not the fighter everyone thinks he is.